Did you see Asmongold defended you? He did. I saw. Respect. Asmongold defends Hasan from Destiny's various attacks. Why would you say this? I think it's so dangerous to be advocating for people to intercept and interfere with people in real life. Completely uncalled for. Should be seen as absolutely unacceptable by everybody. What's funny about this take is that he did that already, and then I called him out for it, and then he actually apologized and took it back. Even though he still posted the video, he realized that that was probably not the best idea to highlight people that are just like stalking content creators and stuff. So he actually changed his position on that, which, respect, because it is unironically a position that actually puts him in harm's way as well. Because if you remember, Asmongold initially was like, yeah, base, like this guy that came up to him with like the photo of Kaya, like he's so base. This guy just won the internet, remember when he did that? And I was like, brother, what are you doing? Like, this hurts you too. Like, all you're doing in that situation is what goes around comes around. Like, all you're doing in that situation is just like telling people that this is totally appropriate to just like roll up to people. This is what happened in Ireland, right? So then he backed away from that position. So when Destiny came out and was basically demanding that his cult chase me around and track me in real time or whatever, I guess Asmongold said that was a bad idea to do, which, a W. To which I don't understand. Like, here, we'll watch Asmongold's response, and then we'll watch Destiny's response. I've blocked everyone involved in this. It's pretty funny.
Destiny has accused Hasan of being paid by the CCP. To the best of my knowledge, he...
Also, if you notice, Yeet and LSF haven't been clipping you as much lately. Why? Because there is a trouble brewing in the online Hasan infrastructure. Trouble brewing that I have noticed. A lot of the commentary space in general have realized that Trump is a much more significant danger. Some of them have also realized that pro-Trump content creators are better to farm. So they're kind of fighting amongst themselves right now to unify around their most common position, which is Hasan usually. So now they're fighting amongst themselves. In the past, they were united. No, I saw a clip on Reddit of H3 ranting about pretty much the same thing that Destiny was saying. Yes, Destiny and H3 are on the same side. They're on the pro-Israel side, where they're just thinking that they have any sort of say on liberalism at all, like on what liberals should be doing at all. When Wubby talked to the new head mod on LSF, he also asked to ban political stuff, and the head mod seemed down for it, so that could also be a contributing factor. Fingers crossed, lol. Oh my God, that'd be so sick. I would love that. Remember, for a lot of people, this is just about, one, vibes, and two, making money. You have to remember, like, you think all of this revolves around people's like firmly established political positions because that's how you operate. But for many people on the internet, they're just going off on vibes. They're going off on vibes, and if vibes are swinging dramatically in the opposite direction, they're going to lean in the opposite direction. That's precisely the reason why the attitude shift is also basically changing a lot of these like edge communities, no matter how big or small. Now let's watch this.
Hasan said that's not true, and through an interesting, what's the best way to say this? I know more about that than the public does, and from everything that I know publicly, I don't think that's true. I don't.
Stupid chiropractic place because he knew how bullshit the stuff that he was promoting was, but he was getting paid too much.
There's a lot of people that don't want things done to their neck with chiropractors. I don't think that that's unique. And also, Hasan works out a lot. He could have had like back damage because he does a lot of working out. Like that's very, very, very possible. It's extremely possible.
Which compensated too much. But
I think it's very reasonable that somebody wouldn't want a chiropractor to crack your neck. It's extremely reasonable. Why do I have to defend it? It's just, fuck, man. Why y'all do this?
Well,
why do y'all do this? Like, this is so dumb.
Chinese government to say no. Okay, so this guy, fuck letting him anywhere near your protesters. Let's go hang out with Republicans. Go to the dangerous places and get.
By the way, I still don't even understand what the that has to do with like being paid for by the Chinese government. I think he was just so mad. I think Destiny in that situation, Sex Destiny, was so mad that he was just like throwing darts, right? He was just like, oh, remember when he like, remember when he went to China and got his neck cracked? It's like, bro, half of my fans probably didn't even watch that stream. Why did you watch that stream? You are a whole ass fan, Sex Destiny. I wish the Chinese government paid for that trip, though. That would have been awesome. We paid out of pocket for that, and we paid a lot of money.
Stop, motherfucker. Okay, all of us will clap for you, I promise. All right, go to the Republican places, go to the edgy places, go.
Jesus, why do you say this? What are you doing? Why would you say this is insane? Streamer drama, Asmon most affected? It is. No, it is. Every single time there's streamer drama, it's all about how I react to it. It's like there's some drama with Tectone or the drama with the call.
This fat loser motherfucker, this balding.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is crazy. Goated soundtrack.
Oh God. Oh God.
Praying piece of shit to show up at a liberal protest for 6 hours. You can come and finger waves, go hang out with tankies or whatever, but stay away from liberal protests. This fat loser motherfucker, this balding, graying piece of shit to show up at a liberal protest for 6 hours. You can come.
Did Japan pay you to have your eyebrows worked on? I need some accountability. Yes. France, the government of France paid me to go to France. The government of Japan paid me to go to Japan. I actually have been paid by the government of Japan. Well, I didn't get paid, but Connor did. I did do a paid stream in Japan, ironically enough, in Kobe. That stream that we did in Kobe was like, I mean, they didn't like pay him, but the stream that we did in Kobe was straight up put together by the tourism board. Isn't that funny? That was paid for by they paid for the trip. I don't think they actually paid him money, but they paid for the trip so that we could go to Kobe and eat delicious meats and, you know, see all the snack mamas and stuff like that. That stream was such a wonderful time, by the way. One of my favorite streams of all time. But it's just like, it's not a thing. Like, this is not a thing when you go to Japan, when you go to France, when you go to England. I do all this stuff, right? And it's never like a big deal. But of course, when I go to China, and I'm still paying out of pocket just for, you know, just like everything else that I do, all of a sudden, it's a big problem. I wonder why.
And finger wave and virtue signal to everybody else that you do shit, that you matter. You don't matter. Nobody likes you. I didn't want to reveal this, but the reason why I've been off stream so much is I actually gained with my close personal friend. I'll just say his last name is Mamdani, and he says that him and his wife talk shit about Hasan all the time, 24/7.
Dude, he is so jealous, dude. What the how do people not realize that this is just pure rage? This is pure envious rage. I didn't even see this part of the video. That's so funny. Is he on meth again? What the fuck's he doing?
All we do is we queue up ARC Raiders and we run around the lobbies and we just talk shit about Hasan constantly. They say they hate him, that he's a loser, that his hair is falling out, that he needs to up his tier T, he's small, his
he's blocking off the camera because he's like, no, you're not dragging me down at this ship. You're going down there. I'm getting on a life raft, bro. Like, no, I'm roaching out.
Suck. His dog isn't in the background anymore. He just everything about him is horrible. He's a loser. Okay.
You hearing this shit? You hearing this shit?
So yeah.
What a show. I don't even know what to say, guys. This is the ultimate crash out. I think that it's so dangerous to be advocating for people to intercept and interfere with people in their personal life and in real life. I think it's so dangerous. I think it's completely uncalled for, and it should be seen as absolutely unacceptable by everybody. Nobody should be okay with that. Nobody should be advocating for that. Even, like, that's the reason why I told Hasan whenever he was mad that I said that thing about the stream sniper that, like, you know, showed the photo. I said I'd take it now and then I'd stop covering IRL stream snipers because that's how seriously I take this stuff. I know this is really serious. How
was this clip? This is from yesterday. And the clip that the Sex Pestiny clip is also from yesterday, I think. Fat balding loser. Yeah. I don't know why he says stuff like that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I guess maybe he wishes. It's just very strange. It's very strange behavior. This man is in his 40s now, by the way. I think he's either he is 40 or about to be 40. He has a child who he has neglected, who has become a neo-Nazi. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty wild that this is what he does instead of, I don't know, taking care of his child. Very strange behavior. What? He's mad you have more viewers? I will have more concurrent viewership than Hasan by 2025. Oh, this was the peak of Israel. That's why. This was in 2024, the first month of 2024, when my community got like reduced to almost half its size because people were just not ready for a Muslim boy by the name of Hasan saying, actually, Israel is kind of the reason why October 7 happened. And they were all celebrating. They were all flexing on my downfall. They were just like, "Yup, it's over. He's over. He's done." They were all doing victory laps. Yeah, it all comes back to these 2019 logs when he was jealous of you. This is a sad state of affairs, but that's pretty fucking irritating to hear. Like when all these articles are just getting written, people like Hasan are creating a safer space on Twitch. Lol, I've done this for the past 3-4 years on my own. This is, by the way, from 2019. This is the real truth nuke as to why him and his community have been obsessed since 2019. I don't get a salary from some company or some support from investigators or some type shit. I've done all this work on my own for so fucking long. The idea that someone coming into the safe space that I've created almost on my own because of my relentless presence on all these shows and then try to accuse me of not belonging here, lol, seems pretty shitty. Do you see why, though? I knew this was always going to happen this way. Do you know how frustrating it is? It's been over the past year watching people in my fan base bleed over to Hasan because we share the same conclusions, even though I knew the entire time we're fundamentally different. If you want to know where his villain arc started, where he literally went from like being a Bernie bro social democrat kind of guy who used to say things like Israel is an apartheid state to basically warping his entire worldview and flipping the script on it and like repositioning himself as this like rabid neoliberal who hates the left almost more than he hates the right, seemingly. This is the reason. It's all spite. I don't think it's appropriate to say everyone's politics are spite-based on the internet. But if there's one person who is legitimately spite-based and only takes the oppositional point no matter what, it's this. Mike said that his true anger for you stems from him losing access to your female audience for sexual purposes. He's not angry about the ideology, but mad he can't predate on your audience when the friendship ended. That could be part of the reason. I don't know. This was Zay Squirrel's post as well. This is literally the only reason Destiny's obsessed with Hasan. This is back in October 6, 2021. Destiny isn't a leftist. He has no political critique of a socialist or anyone being wealthy. In fact, in his depraved neoliberal worldview, the more money one makes, the better, as merit is judged solely by maximizing income. It's pure unmitigated jealousy and resentment, even though Zay doesn't like me either any longer. But what is funny is that Destiny then turns around and goes, this guy's literally supporting the current admin assassinating Americans in the street. Yeah, that's wrong. What Asmongold is saying there is stupid and wrong. And says my comments are too far. Yeah, your comments are stupid. Both of these things can be true at the same time. Not only are your comments stupid, but they're also personally spite-based and have nothing to do with reaching a productive outcome whatsoever. What kind of productive outcome do you perceive from having one of your weirdo stalker fans approach me and try to like make this stream in Minneapolis all about that drama? Because that's the sole purpose. Like Destiny wants one of his goons to come up and just like f with me so that they can clip it and post it on LSF and then pump it and brigade it and then turn around and celebrate that so that no one actually pays attention to the actual issue. My goal when I go to places like Minneapolis is to show a side of the protesters that you don't normally get to see. I go to these protests and I very clearly am inside of the protests rather than behind the police line when I'm offering this kind of coverage because I want people to you know, see what's actually going on the ground. I feel like a lot of mainstream news oftentimes fails to do that. So if your goal in that situation is to get in there and then f with me so that it takes away from what I'm trying to do, which is to offer a voice to the, you know, ordinary people of Minneapolis that are in opposition to ICE actually occupying their city, occupying their state, then you're not with the protesters, right? All you want to do is make content for yourself so your, you know, drama-obsessed perverts can go out and make YouTube videos. Do streamers think the news is just some entertainment for them to cover, completely divorced from reality? Again, doing the same thing once again. These are the top 3 DDG people. When you see them outside, you'll know because they all look like a different version of D.
These are my lieutenants, the blue shirts of the DGG political act.
Oh my God. They do legitimately just look like different variants of this guy. What the fuck? Why do they all look like him? Anyway, That's irrelevant. I'm sure those guys are otherwise like well-intentioned liberals who just want to do right. I don't want to assume that this is just like stale 1,000, stale 3,000, and stale 4,000, and all they care about is like advancing the interests of their favorite sex pest streamer. So then Asmongold turns around and says, it's obviously a bad idea to advocate for people to track down and engage in a hostile confrontation with a streamer in real life. Didn't he applaud and laugh when the exact same thing happened in Ireland? Yes. But after I called him out on it, Asmongold literally retreated and backed away from it. And he even mentions it in this video when he's talking about Destiny demanding people do the same. And obviously, Woke 2.0 is here. A lot of content creators are speaking out. And I welcome that change, of course. It felt very lonely for quite a while.